Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to take leftover chicken and make it into quesadillas. So let's get started. These quesadillas will be fajita mix themed, so that's what I'm going to be kind of focusing on today. And I'm going to start off by slicing our sweet peppers along with a couple spicy peppers because I like the heat. But if you don't like the heat, you can just stick with the sweet peppers and really use whatever vegetables or meat you have on hand. I'm going to be also using a yellow onion that I'm going to slice up into half-moon pieces. And you want everything to be about the same size so that we can evenly disperse it inside of our quesadilla later on. I'm also going to be using a little green onion. But remember, you can use whatever meat or vegetables that you have on hand. It's really not limited to anything. Once you put it between two flour tortillas with a little cheese, you can call it a quesadilla. So I'm going to be using a couple chicken thighs that I had baked off the day before. So I'm just going to remove the meat away from the skin and the bones and discard the skin and the bones. And I'm going to chop up the meat till it's about the same size as our onion. And don't worry if your chicken or your vegetables are already seasoned from the night before. It will still all come together inside of the quesadilla. Once we put it, it's basically like putting your leftovers between bread. It kind of always works, especially when you add the cheese. It kind of helps everything kind of mellow out and come together. And today I'm going to be seasoning on top of seasoning. So you'll see that my chicken is seasoned, but I'm going to add a little bit more flavor by using fajita mix. So now we have all of our vegetables and our meat prepped. We're also going to be using fajita mix, shredded cheese, and flour tortillas. So now we have everything that we need and we can get cooking. So I'm going to start off by putting a little bit of oil in a nonstick pan and sauteing all of our vegetables for about 5 minutes on medium-high heat. And the reason I'm sauteing them until they're fully tender is because once we put them inside the quesadilla, we'll be warming up the vegetables, but we won't have time to cook them. So we just want them to be nice and soft at this point before we add them and use them for our filling. And once all of our vegetables are nice and tender, I'm going to add in the chicken along with the scallions or the green onion. And I waited till now to add in the green onion because it has a delicate flavor that I didn't want to lose during the sauteing of all the peppers and onions. And once the chicken is nice and warm, I'm going to add the fajita mix and give it a good stir and give it a taste just to see if it needs a little bit more salt and pepper. And there you have it. Our filling is nice and done. So using a little cooking spray, I just sprayed a nonstick pan and then I added the first layer, our flour tortilla. And I'm going to coat that with a little bit of our sharp cheese. And that's going to be our glue that's going to hold everything together. And you can use whatever cheese that you have on hand. Once I did the layer of cheese, I'm going to add the layer of meat and peppers and onions. And I'm going to distribute that evenly across the quesadilla. And you can do it all the way to the brim if you want. And then you're going to add in another layer of cheese. And the cheese is going to help the flour tortilla stick to the meat and stick to the vegetables. So that's going to be kind of our glue for our quesadilla. And I like to give it a good press with my hands just to make sure it's all sticking together. And I like to spray both sides with cooking spray so that they'll get nice and toasty. And after about 3 or 4 minutes on both sides, you have your quesadilla and it's ready for you and your family to enjoy it. So I hope you give it a try, and I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a happy and safe New Year. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.